Have you ever felt like certain people in your life were trying to break you down on purpose? Like no matter how kind, loving, or supportive you were, they still found a way to hurt you. Maybe they smiled to your face but secretly tried to destroy your confidence behind your back. That's not just bad luck, that's spiritual warfare. And if you've been through it, it's likely because you are different. You are chosen. Yes, chosen one. You are not weak. You were being prepared. And now the time has come, the tables are turning, the pain you went through is not in vain. The ones who tried to silence your voice will now see you rise. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. You are not alone anymore. A powerful shift is happening. A wave of light, protection, and abundance is being released for you. Right now, this isn't just a video. This is a movement. You're entering a space where you are seen, heard, and uplifted. Narcissists may have drained your energy in the past, but they no longer have power over you. Why? Because the chosen ones are waking up, and they are ready to defend you at any cost. So if this message is already speaking to your soul, I invite you to join this growing community of light. Drop a comment if you feel the shift. Show love by liking and subscribing, because this is where your healing begins. And trust me, stay with me till the end. What you're about to hear could change how you see your entire journey. Your major abundance shift is already in motion. Let's walk into it together. Narcissists often seem to find their way into the lives of the kindest, most understanding and gifted people. These people are known as the chosen ones, not because they are perfect, but because they carry something very special inside. They have a light that shines bright. They are full of love, deep feelings, and a strong sense of what is right and wrong. But this beautiful light is exactly what attracts the darkness. Narcissists are people who want control. They want to feel powerful, important, and admired. But deep down, many of them are empty. They don't have real love inside, so they look for people who do. That's why they are drawn to chosen ones. The chosen ones have something the narcissist doesn't: truth, empathy, and a strong connection to the spiritual world. Here's the hook. It's not about weakness. It's about spiritual strength. Chosen ones are targeted not because they're easy to hurt, but because they carry a light that makes darkness uncomfortable. Their peaceful presence, their wisdom, their calm energy, all of it threatens people who are used to controlling others. The narcissist studies the chosen one quietly. They watch how kind they are, how forgiving, how helpful. Then slowly, they begin to test boundaries. They say little things to hurt. They play mind games. And when the chosen one reacts with love or patience, the narcissist takes even more. It's like a slow drain on the chosen one's energy. But here's the truth. The chosen one always has the power to break free. When they wake up and realize what's happening, their inner strength grows fast. Their light becomes too strong to hide. And in that moment, the narcissist loses control. This is the spiritual lesson. The light always exposes the darkness. Narcissists chase the chosen ones because they want what they cannot create. But in the end, the chosen ones rise, shine, and walk away stronger than before. For a long time, the chosen ones stayed silent. They saw the wrongs, felt the pain, and carried deep wounds. Yet they said nothing. Not because they were weak, but because they were wise. They didn't want to create more conflict. They wanted peace, healing, and understanding. So they held in their words, their power, and even their tears, hoping things would get better. But something inside has changed. A quiet fire that once flickered is now growing stronger. The pain they went through, the lessons they learned, the people they lost, it all became fuel. That fire has turned into strength. And now the silent warriors are rising. They are no longer afraid of their voice, no longer afraid to speak the truth. What was once silence is now power. What was once hiding is now boldness. The chosen ones are stepping forward, not with hate, but with courage, not to destroy, but to defend. They are no longer just surviving. They are protecting others who are still trapped in pain, just like they once were. This is a spiritual awakening. These warriors are not loud in the way the world expects. They don't need to shout or seek attention. Their presence alone speaks volumes. They carry peace, but they also carry strength. When something is not right, they feel it. When someone is hurting, they sense it. And now they are ready to do something about it. The world is changing. The old ways, where darkness ruled and truth was hidden, are fading. The silent warriors have awakened, and they are here to protect the broken, to speak for the voiceless, and to walk boldly in their purpose. They were quiet for too long. But now their time has come. Something powerful is happening in the unseen world. You may not be able to explain it, but you can feel it. Deep in your chest, in your sleep, in your thoughts, the air feels heavier, time feels faster, emotions are stronger. This isn't just your imagination, this is a major energy shift, and it's shaking everything around us. For a long time it felt like the darkness had the upper hand. Good people suffered in silence while the selfish seemed to rise. Truth was ignored and lies were celebrated. But now the balance is changing. The universe is realigning. What was hidden is coming to light. The energy is shifting, and it's not quiet. It's like a spiritual earthquake, moving mountains you thought would never move. This shift isn't just about feelings, it's about divine justice. The things you lost without reason, the people who wronged you with no apology, the doors that closed when your heart was open. All of it is being remembered by the higher power. And now, a new season is arriving, one where the scales are finally being balanced. Here's the part many don't expect. This shift also brings abundance. Not just money, but opportunities, clarity, and blessings that were being delayed. Your hard work, your prayers, your pain, it was all planting seeds. And now the harvest is coming in fast. Suddenly, things will start aligning. Suddenly, ideas will flow. Suddenly, the right people will enter your life. This is not luck, it's divine timing. So if you've been feeling strange, emotional, or even unusually tired, understand this. Your soul is adjusting to the new frequency. The old energy can't come with you. That version of you is being upgraded. You're being prepared for more purpose, more peace, and yes, more prosperity. This is your moment. The shift is real, and your breakthrough is already in motion. There comes a time when enough is enough. For too long, the chosen ones have tried to keep the peace. They forgave when others wouldn't. They stayed quiet when they should have spoken up. They gave chances when they should have walked away. They believed love could heal everything. And while that love is powerful, it was never meant to be used as a shield against truth. Now that time of being too nice is over. This is not about becoming bitter. It's about becoming bold. The chosen one is waking up to a higher truth. Compassion is not weakness. In fact, true compassion has a backbone. It knows when to comfort and when to confront. It knows when to give and when to guard. The world has changed. Darkness has become louder. Manipulators and abusers feel more confident because they believe no one will call them out. But the chosen ones were never chosen to just survive. They were chosen to protect, to guide, to lead. That sacred mission starts with standing up. For yourself and for those who can't. Being nice doesn't mean being silent while others cross your boundaries. Love doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Forgiveness doesn't mean returning to the same pain again and again. Now is the time to draw the line, not with anger, but with clarity, not with revenge, but with divine authority. There's a warrior rising inside you, one who doesn't scream, but speaks truth, one who doesn't fight to destroy, but stands firm to defend. That warrior has been quiet, watching, learning, healing, but now it's ready to move, to protect what's pure, to fight for peace, to be a voice of light in a world that forgot what light looks like. No more playing nice. It's time to stand tall, not out of hate, but out of sacred purpose. For a long time you felt like no one saw you. You cried behind closed doors. You smiled in public while your heart broke in private. You gave everything, your love, your energy, your loyalty, and still you were left empty. People took advantage of your kindness. They mistook your silence for weakness. They thought they could break you quietly and no one would ever know. But hear this now. You were never truly alone. Every tear you cried, every night you couldn't sleep, every time you questioned your worth, it was seen, it was felt, not just by a higher power, but by others like you, the chosen ones, the quiet warriors, the ones who carry light in a dark world. And now something powerful is happening. The defenders have arrived. You see, the world is shifting. What used to be hidden in the shadows is now being brought into the light. The ones who stayed silent out of fear or love are beginning to speak. Those who were once isolated are finding each other. A spiritual army is rising, not with swords or hate, but with truth, wisdom, and deep compassion. They've been through the fire just like you. They've faced betrayal, heartbreak, manipulation, and loss. And they've come out stronger. These defenders are not here to fight with violence. They are here to protect, to guide, and to stand beside those who've been hurt in silence. They are the ones who say, enough is enough. They won't let injustice continue unnoticed. They won't allow good souls to be used and tossed aside. They stand for healing, for justice, and for light. And they've found you. This is not a coincidence. If you're reading this, if you feel these words in your chest, it means you are part of something bigger. The pain you went through wasn't for nothing. It awakened your spirit. It sharpened your intuition. It made you aware of truth. You've been preparing for this moment without even knowing it. And now the time has come to rise. Not alone, but together. You may have been broken, but you are not beyond repair. You may have felt invisible, but your spirit has always been seen. The universe is gathering its protectors, not to cause harm, but to bring balance. To remind the world that love is not weakness and silence is not defeat. So stand tall. The defenders are here, and you are one of them. There is a reason why your life felt stuck at times, like no matter how hard you tried, the doors just wouldn't open. Opportunities slipped away, finances stayed tight. You gave your best, but something always seemed to block your flow. That wasn't failure, it was divine timing. The universe was waiting for something powerful, your full alignment with your spiritual purpose. Abundance isn't just about money, it's not about luck or chance. True abundance comes when you begin walking in the purpose you were born for, when you stop hiding your light, stop shrinking yourself to fit into places you've outgrown, and finally stand up as the chosen one you are. The moment you choose to rise, something shifts. When you decide to defend truth, protect your peace, and use your gifts to help others, you step into divine alignment. And in that alignment, you stop chasing and start attracting. What once felt blocked begins to flow. Doors that were shut tight suddenly swing open. The things that were meant for you, with opportunities, wealth, deep connections, begin finding their way to you. That's because the universe rewards authentic power. When you walk in truth, you're no longer just moving with effort. You're being guided by divine energy. You start to notice synchronicities. People appear at the right moment. Ideas drop into your spirit. Peace replaces confusion. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. This kind of abundance isn't always loud at first. It might show up as clarity, as the courage to say no, as peace in your heart, but soon it becomes physical, financial growth, powerful connections, and divine protection that can't be explained. The more you stay in alignment, the more unstoppable your path becomes. You are not here to beg for scraps. You are here to build, lead, protect, and prosper. When you align your life with truth and purpose, you activate a magnetic field of abundance around you. You become a vessel for divine blessings, not only for yourself, but for others too. This is your time. Your obedience to your calling is the key. Walk in it and watch abundance follow. The game Narcissists played with your soul is over. Your spirit team has stepped in. No more silent suffering. No more bending yourself to please people who only took, drained, and manipulated. The fog is lifting and clarity is rising like the morning sun. You're beginning to see what was always there but hidden. They never had power. They only had access. And now that access has been revoked. For too long, you were caught in their web, confused, doubting yourself, questioning your worth. But that wasn't because you were weak. It was because you were pure. Because you believed in love, in healing, in second chances. But narcissists saw that light, not with love, but with hunger. They came to feed off your energy, not to grow with it. But here's the shift. Your spirit team never left your side. They watched. They waited. They whispered to your heart when you couldn't hear over the noise. They sent signs, dreams, nudges, and now they've moved. They've placed divine boundaries around your life. You are being protected in ways you can't fully see, but you'll feel it. The manipulation, unraveling, the control, breaking, the guilt, leaving, the illusion, gone. What's left is the real you, wiser, stronger, spiritually awake. You are no longer under the influence of toxic energy. Your eyes are open and your soul is rising. This is your reclamation, not just of peace, but of identity, purpose, power. And narcissists, they've lost their grip because they were never prepared for you to remember who you are. The spell is broken, the warrior has awakened, and your freedom, it starts now. The universe operates on a profound law of balance, and right now, a cosmic rebalancing is unfolding. For too long, there have been those who manipulated, drained, and deceived, believing they could escape the consequences of their actions. They used others as stepping stones, fed off their energy, and played games with people's hearts, minds, and spirits. But what they didn't realize is that the scales of justice are always tipping, and in the end, no one escapes the truth of their own actions. This is a moment in time where spiritual justice is being served, and it's much more than just a karmic reckoning. It's a deep, cosmic recalibration. The energy that these individuals sent out, the deceit, the control, the emotional manipulation is now coming back to them in ways they cannot avoid. The universe has a way of bringing to the surface exactly what's been hidden, and now those who have caused harm will face their own reflection. The very energy they once projected onto others, of superiority, of dominance, of manipulation, is turning inward, forcing them to confront themselves like never before. In this moment of spiritual justice, there's no running away. These individuals may have been able to hide behind masks for a while, but their true selves are now being revealed, not only to the world, but to themselves. When someone spends years draining the energy of others without consequence, they think they are untouchable. But the truth is, the spiritual laws of the universe don't need our permission to take effect. What goes out must come back, and often it comes back in a way that forces deep reflection and change. The individuals who once thought they could control others are now standing face to face with the consequences of their actions with no way to hide. This cosmic rebalancing isn't about revenge or retaliation. It's about alignment. It's about bringing the scales of the universe back into equilibrium. Those who have acted from a place of selfishness, cruelty, and manipulation will have to experience the weight of their own choices. This is the universe's way of ensuring that no one goes unchecked. Those who once felt they were in control, who held the power over others, are now about to realize just how fragile their grasp on that power was. When they are forced to confront the damage they've caused, they will feel the full weight of it, in their hearts, minds, and souls. But for those who were manipulated, who were drained, who were left with nothing but their broken spirits, this is also your time of spiritual healing. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared for this moment of rebalancing. As those who once held power over you face their own reckoning, you are stepping into your true strength. You are learning what it means to reclaim your energy, your voice, and your life. The universe doesn't forget its chosen ones, and now, as the cosmic scales are set right, you'll see that the peace, the clarity, and the abundance that was meant for you will flow in abundance. Spiritual justice is being served, and it's a reminder that no one can manipulate or drain another without eventually facing the consequences. The scales are tipping, and this is only the beginning. Your pain wasn't random. Every tear you shed, every moment of heartbreak, every time you felt like the world was pushing you down, it wasn't for nothing. It was preparation. It was training. And now you're seeing it, all the suffering, all the struggles, all the challenges. They were shaping you for this very moment. You may have felt broken, like the weight of the world was too much to carry, but the truth is you were being forged in the fires of life. Just like iron is shaped in a furnace, your spirit was being honed. You were being made strong in ways you couldn't even see. Every ounce of pain, every trial you faced was building you into someone powerful, someone resilient. And now it's time for you to step into that power. This moment, the moment where you rise, stand tall and protect yourself and others, was always meant to come. The universe knew you were capable of it, even when you didn't. All those sleepless nights, the moments you questioned your worth, the battles with your own self-doubt, they were all teaching you how to stand up again, how to be strong in the face of adversity, how to protect your peace, your heart, and your spirit. Now the purpose is clear. You weren't just surviving, you were being prepared. Your pain wasn't a punishment, it was the training ground for something greater. You were meant to protect, you were meant to rise as a warrior, not for your own glory, but for those who need it the most. There are others out there who are still lost in the same darkness you once knew. And you are the beacon of light they've been waiting for. This is your moment to show the world how far you've come. The strength you now carry isn't just for yourself. It's for the ones who are still finding their way. Your experiences, your wisdom, your compassion, they are the armor you wear. And you now are the protector, the healer, the guide. The training may have been painful, but the transformation was necessary. You were made for this. You were built to rise, defend, and protect others who are still in the shadows. This moment was always yours. And now that you've risen, there's no going back. You are exactly who you were always meant to be. The time has come. The chosen ones are activating their true blueprint, unlocking dormant gifts that were always a part of their divine design. For years, these powerful abilities, intuition, healing, insight, and protection, lay hidden, waiting for the right moment to awaken. And now, that moment has arrived. For so long, you may have felt like something inside you was untapped, as though there was more to you than what you were able to express. Maybe you sensed it in quiet moments, a gentle whisper in your soul, telling you that you were meant for something greater. You were right. Those feelings, those instincts were your gifts stirring from within. Intuition is one of the first gifts coming online for the chosen ones. The clarity you now feel in moments of uncertainty is no accident. Your ability to sense what others cannot, to feel the energy of a room, and to know things without explanation is not a coincidence. Your inner compass is now guiding you with an intensity you've never experienced before. You are beginning to see through illusions and deceptions like never before. The veil is thinning, and the truth is coming to light. Alongside your intuition, healing abilities are awakening too. You've always had a nurturing, compassionate side, but now you can feel a deeper connection to others' pain, a natural urge to help, to heal, and to uplift. Whether through words, energy, or presence, you now carry a unique power to restore balance and peace to those who are lost, suffering, or stuck in negative cycles. And then there's your insight, the deep understanding that seems to come out of nowhere. Your mind now works like a puzzle solver, easily piecing together complex situations, seeing patterns and connecting dots that others can't even perceive. This isn't just wisdom, it's a divine form of clarity that's been awakened, allowing you to navigate life with ease and grace. Most importantly, though, is the protection you now embody. As a chosen one, you are not just here to thrive, but to safeguard. Your energy serves as a shield, not just for yourself, but for others. You carry the strength to stand between chaos and calm, to defend the weak, and to set boundaries that protect your energy and those you love. You are a beacon of security and peace in a world that desperately needs it. These gifts were always inside you, waiting to be activated. The time is now. You are stepping into your true blueprint, and with each awakening gift, you are aligning more and more with your divine purpose. The world needs you, and you are ready to rise, fully equipped with the tools you were born to use. For so long, you may have wondered why certain people seemed determined to bring you down, to drain your energy, or even sabotage your growth. The truth is, your very essence, your light, attracted envy. It was never about you being too much or doing something wrong. It was simply about how powerful you are. Narcissists in particular have always been drawn to your brilliance, your authenticity, and your ability to shine in a world full of shadows. They can't stand your light because it reflects everything they wish they had, everything they fear they'll never be. Your presence forces them to confront their own insecurities and deep-rooted emptiness. They knew on a subconscious level that they couldn't thrive in the same space as your brightness. So what did they do? They tried to dim your light. They did it through manipulation, control, and playing on your emotions. They sought to make you question your worth, your value, and your power, convincing you that you were too much, too loud, too bold, or too different. They worked tirelessly to shrink your aura, to make you small enough to fit into their narrative. But it wasn't you they were after. It was your energy, or your confidence, your warmth, your ability to rise above the chaos. They envied it. They feared it. But here's the thing. They couldn't break you. They couldn't take away what was always yours to begin with. No matter how much they tried to cloud your mind, manipulate your thoughts, or play mind games, the truth is, you were never meant to be dimmed. Your light, your essence, is who you are at the core, and that cannot be erased or diminished by anyone. No matter how hard they tried, they could never take away your spirit, your resilience, your authenticity. And now the game is over. That attempt to control you, to make you shrink into a version of yourself that fits their comfort zone, it ends now. You see the truth. You've awakened to the fact that you don't need to shrink for anyone. You don't need to dim your shine to make others feel better about themselves. Your light is your superpower, and from this moment forward, you'll protect it fiercely. You will rise not in spite of them, but because of the very light they tried to steal. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to stand in your power unapologetically. The world needs your light. Your energy is meant to elevate, not be diminished. And those who tried to dim you, they're no longer in control of your story. You are, and you're shining brighter than ever. In the past, you may have felt alone in your struggles, wondering where the support was when you needed it most. But something extraordinary is happening now. Divine protection has been released. You are no longer walking this path alone. The spiritual warriors, the angels, and the forces of the universe have gathered around you in ways you can't even begin to comprehend. It's as if the very fabric of reality has shifted, and the unseen realm is now actively working to safeguard you. These aren't just random occurrences or coincidences. This is angelic intervention on a massive scale. The angels that have always been watching over you are stepping forward in full force, ready to shield you from harm and guide you on your path. Their wings surround you, providing a sense of peace and assurance that you are never truly alone. Even in moments of uncertainty, they are there, guiding you with love and light. But it's not just angels. Spiritual warriors, fierce protectors who operate in realms unseen, are by your side. These warriors are ancient, powerful, and wise. They've been assigned to defend you, to keep you safe from spiritual attacks, emotional manipulation, and any dark forces that seek to deter your journey. They are standing watch, ready to fight for your well-being, ensuring that no harm can come to you without facing their wrath. The protection now surrounding you is not just passive, it's active and relentless. Any negative energy, any force that seeks to disrupt your peace or prevent you from walking your divine path is being dismantled as we speak. The universe is working in your favor, clearing away the obstacles, distractions, and enemies that once seemed so impossible to overcome. Your angels and spiritual warriors are making sure that nothing can interfere with your rise. Now, more than ever, you are walking with divine protection. The veil has lifted, and what once may have felt like an isolated, uphill battle is now fortified with the full strength of the spiritual realm. You are protected, and the universe is aligning to make sure you stay on the path you were always meant to follow. The angels have your back. The spiritual warriors are by your side. You are divinely shielded, and nothing can take that from you. Narcissists are masters of psychological warfare. Their goal isn't just to control you physically or emotionally. They want to control your mind. They play a game of manipulation, planting seeds of doubt, twisting reality, and creating confusion, all in an effort to gain power over your thoughts and emotions. But here's the truth. The game is over. The chosen ones, those who have awakened to their true power, can now see through these mind games with clarity and precision. Let's break down the tactics narcissists use to manipulate minds. Gaslighting. This is one of the most common and damaging tactics. Narcissists twist the truth, make you question your perception of reality, and try to convince you that you're imagining things. They'll deny things they've said or done, making you feel crazy or unstable. Their goal? To undermine your confidence and make you second-guess yourself. But the chosen ones are immune to this. The moment you awaken to your own inner truth, you can no longer be swayed by their lies. Your intuition guides you, and you can feel the disconnect between what they say and what's really happening. Love, bombing, and devaluation. Narcissists often start by showering you with attention, affection, and praise. A tactic known as love bombing, so this makes you feel special and valued. But once you're hooked, they switch to devaluation, criticizing, belittling, and making you feel small. The cycle repeats, keeping you off balance. The chosen ones, however, are no longer fooled by this false love. They recognize the pattern and see it for what it is, a tactic to control their emotions and energy. Once awakened, you understand that your worth is not dependent on their approval. You no longer crave their validation, and you know your value is inherent. Projection. Narcissists often project their own flaws and insecurities onto others. If they have problems with anger, for example, they'll accuse you of being angry. If they're being dishonest, they'll accuse you of lying. This creates a sense of guilt and self-doubt in their target. But the awakened soul sees through this tactic clearly. What they accuse you of, they are really guilty of themselves. This awareness makes it impossible for narcissists to manipulate you with their projections. Silent treatment and isolation. When a narcissist doesn't get their way, they'll often resort to giving you the silent treatment or isolating you from others. This is meant to punish you and make you feel abandoned, pushing you to chase their approval or return to their control. The chosen ones are no longer affected by this. They have learned to trust themselves and their own company. Their inner strength and sense of self-worth are no longer dependent on external validation. Triangulation. This tactic involves the narcissist pitting people against each other, creating jealousy and competition. They may try to make you feel threatened by other people in their lives, using this to control your emotions and actions. But the chosen ones have mastered the art of emotional detachment. They are no longer emotionally manipulated by these games. They understand that other people's actions are a reflection of them, not you. Their peace comes from within, and no amount of triangulation can shake their sense of self. Narcissists are skilled at playing mind games, but the chosen ones have one thing they don't: awareness. Once you awaken to your true power, you begin to see through their tactics immediately. You recognize when they're trying to manipulate your emotions, confuse your thoughts, or make you doubt yourself. And you no longer fall for it. Your strength comes from your awareness and your ability to stay grounded in your truth. You've broken free from their psychological warfare, and now you can see clearly, protect your energy, and reclaim your peace. The chosen ones know that no one can control their mind or emotions unless they allow it. And with this newfound power, they beat the narcissists at their own game. Abundance is often thought of as just money. The more we have, the more we can do, the more comfortable our lives become. But true abundance isn't limited to material wealth. It's a holistic experience that touches every part of our lives. Abundance is power, peace, and purpose. And this major shift that is taking place isn't just about financial gain. It's about reclaiming your energy, your time, your relationships, and your destiny. Let's begin with energy. For far too long, many have been drained by the demands of life, relationships, and toxic environments. People, situations, and even our own negative thought patterns have siphoned off our vital energy, leaving us feeling exhausted and depleted. But now, with this shift in abundance, we're learning to protect our energy. We are rediscovering how to reclaim our personal power, setting boundaries, saying no to what drains us, and yes to what nourishes our soul. We're learning to use our energy in ways that serve our highest good, and that in turn leads to a flow of abundance in every area of our lives. Time is another crucial aspect of abundance that goes far beyond money. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to hustle, rush, and chase after more. We're made to feel like we never have enough time. But true abundance means taking back control of your time. It's about prioritizing what matters most, whether that's spending time with loved ones, focusing on personal growth, or simply taking time to rest. When we reclaim our time, we also reclaim our power. We stop letting external pressures dictate our lives and start living in alignment with our true purpose. Then there's relationships. So many people waste years in toxic relationships, whether it's with friends, family, or romantic partners, simply because they don't know how to value themselves. This shift in abundance is teaching us that healthy, meaningful relationships are a vital part of the abundance we seek. We are learning to surround ourselves with people who uplift us, support us, and challenge us to grow. These relationships are not based on need or fear. They are based on love, respect, and shared purpose. By letting go of relationships that drain us and embracing those that elevate us, we create space for real abundance. Lastly, there's purpose. Money alone can't bring fulfillment. What truly makes us feel abundant is living a life that's in alignment with our higher purpose, our reason for being here. The shift in abundance is guiding many of us to rediscover our calling. When we align ourselves with our true purpose, everything falls into place. Our work becomes more meaningful, our relationships are more fulfilling, and we begin to experience a deeper sense of joy and peace. Abundance is not just about accumulating wealth, it's about aligning with your higher self and living authentically. This shift is a total transformation. It's not just about making more money, it's about creating a life that's rich in every way, filled with energy, love, peace, and purpose. When you begin to see abundance in these areas, you begin to experience life in a whole new way. You realize that the real wealth is not what you have, but who you are. And with that realization comes the power to manifest all that you desire, not just financially, but in every area of your life. For so long, you may have seen yourself as a victim, a person who was hurt, betrayed, or broken by the struggles you've endured. But today, you need to see yourself through a new lens. You are no longer the victim, you are the victor. And not only are you the hero of your own story, but you're now the hero in someone else's as well. Your survival, your strength, and your ability to rise above adversity are inspiring and protecting others in ways you might not even realize. Think about the times when you felt defeated, those moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when everything felt too heavy to carry. It's in those very moments when you chose to keep moving forward that you began to transform. You didn't just survive, you became stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You faced the storms, weathered the pain, and emerged on the other side with a fire inside you that can never be extinguished. Your journey has not been in vain. Every battle you've fought, every tear you've shed, and every setback you've faced has shaped you into someone who now has the power to help others rise. You may not have realized it, but your story of survival is now a beacon of hope for those who are struggling in silence. There are people out there who are watching you, looking up to you, and drawing strength from the way you've overcome your obstacles. Your very existence is proof that healing is possible, that change is achievable, and that transformation is within reach. When others see you standing tall, they understand that if you can rise from the ashes, so can they. You have become a living testament to the power of perseverance and the beauty of resilience. Your journey is no longer just about you, it's about the people you inspire along the way. You are now a protector, even in the quietest of ways. Your story serves as a shield for others, reminding them that they don't have to face their struggles alone. When they see you continue to thrive, despite everything you've been through, it gives them the courage to keep going. Your strength is their strength, and by embracing your own healing and growth, you're lighting the path for others to do the same. You are the hero in someone else's story because your survival is a living example of hope and possibility. Every time you rise, you show others that it's not the pain that defines you, but how you choose to move forward. And in doing so, you protect them, guide them, and help them believe in their own power to transform. You may have once felt powerless, but now you hold the power to uplift those around you. You are the victor, and your victory is not only yours, it's a gift to the world. The universe is not just sitting idly by, it is actively working behind the scenes, rearranging every aspect of your life to ensure you rise into the greatness that is destined for you. You may not see it yet, but divine forces are aligning events, people, and timing in ways you cannot even begin to comprehend. Every experience, every challenge, every triumph is part of a grand plan that is pushing you toward your true, abundant timeline. This is no coincidence. The struggles you've faced, the lessons you've learned, and the obstacles you've overcome have all been preparing you for this very moment. You were chosen for this journey, and the universe is making sure everything falls into place so that you can step into your highest power and purpose. Everything that seemed difficult in the past is simply the universe clearing the path for your ascension. The weight you carried is now being lifted as the divine begins to move you forward with more clarity, confidence, and abundance than you ever thought possible. The people you need are coming into your life at the perfect time. Divine connections are being made, and the right opportunities are about to present themselves when you least expect it. Those who are meant to be a part of your rise are being aligned with you now, whether it's through new partnerships, collaborations, or support that suddenly appears when you need it the most. Timing is everything, and the divine timing that has been working behind the scenes is now coming into full view. Every delay, every closed door was not a setback. It was simply the universe preparing the perfect moment for you to step into your true potential. The stars are aligning, and the moment for your rise is now. You are not just a passive observer in this process, you are a powerful force of creation. When the universe opens the door to your abundant timeline, it will be because you've done the inner work, stayed true to yourself, and remained steadfast in your faith.